What is up? We are back. Welcome back to another video. It has been a while since I've worked on the Z, but we're back. Now, previously on the tucking series, I designed a bracket for the coolant reservoir and for the fuel filter. Lucas roasted my power steering pump bracket.
I told you ahead of time, and you didn't listen.
I sent the air ducts and the lower radiator bracket to powder coat, and I installed some water lines. In this video, we'll get to get everything mounted and see how it looks. Then I'm going to design some parts for the fuse box, the power steering pump, and the upper radiator mount. So try to keep up.
Bring it back.
Alright, now I've got these ducts back, finally, and they turned out so good, so pretty. So I need to install some rib nuts into here so that we can attach them. So this should hopefully fit. It does not fit. No, barely. Man, there's spiders everywhere, all over everything, and it's about to drive me crazy. Alright, now let's see about this. Now, because of the location of the outlet from the air-to-water intercooler, we're going to have to run this through the duct. And I drilled a hole earlier for that. Using rib nuts I installed in the ducts earlier, we can attach it. If I can keep track of my tools, that is. How do I lose the little socket wrench that I just had? I didn't even go anywhere. This literally can't be possible. Oh, it was in my lap. What a nightmare, dude. That is gonna be a problem. Well, I gotta say, that's freaking sick. That's the duct that's gonna direct air back into here. Air comes in here and comes out here. And some can certainly escape here, but I think at speed you're gonna have enough being directed in here that it will be positive. It will have a positive effect. Okay, so as you can see, this is angling down quite a bit, and we've got a bit of an issue here. I guess I didn't bolt this on when I was test fitting the duct, and now that's in the way. So it looks like I'm gonna have to cut a chunk out. All right. Really? Really, this thing dies with like 1/16 of an inch before the hole is finished being cut. What a joke. Okay, here's the piece. Oh, here's the piece I just cut out, and here is what it looks like with it cut out. Not ideal. Would have loved to not have to cut that out, but this is just part of fabricating things. Custom one-off things. It's part of it. You gotta accept it. I have to adapt. Oh, perfection, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Could have definitely made it a little tighter around the bottom, but it clears and it's gonna fit, and I'm happy. All right, the ducts are in. Next, we can put in the lower radiator bracket. With 4 rib nuts I installed in the frame, it easily bolts in from the bottom. With that bracket in, we're ready for the radiator, but the install will be a little unusual. If the radiator, shroud, and fans are put together before install, they won't fit into the car. So it has to be assembled inside the engine bay. And the rubber insulators won't fit into the lower radiator bracket unless they are off of the radiator. With the radiator in the bracket, we can now put the shroud on. And then here come those big, beautiful fans. Then I'm going to pop on these radiator hoses. I was really struggling with getting this hose on because the fan was in the way. Yeah, dude, this hose is so annoying. Yeah, the fan's gonna have to come off and get shaved a little bit. It is what it is. Sad, but it's true. The fans had to come off and I had to install the hose before the fans. And it did take some time and some modifications, but eventually I got the hose on. Also got this little straight connection, hose connection, and then I got this 180 so that I can connect this hose to this connection on the supercharger. So I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, so I got these brackets back from powder coat and they look so good. This bracket is supposed to essentially bolt right there. Nice. Okay, so this will be hanging from the battery tray like this. Then the fuel filter bracket should attach roughly like this. So we need to put a couple riv nuts in here. Gosh, I am too good, dude. I swear I'm too good. I made that so perfect. It fits the riv nuts right in there. And now look at that, we've got this sick little bracket which can mount on the battery tray and then hold the fuel filter. So let's throw that in. Bruh, this freaking gnat in my face right now is about to piss me off. Is this even the right size? This is actually crazy. Okay, so now I've got this, which needs to be attached. So I need to take this back off, and I'm gonna do a riv nut in this bracket like this. Riv nuts are awesome, man, I gotta say, because now I can just take this bracket and put it back on, and then now I can take this bolt, put it through the front side. All right, bracket is affixed. That's not going anywhere. Now I just need to get rid of this little tab. There really is no turning back now. I'm just kidding, there was no turning back a while ago. There was no turning back once I was born. Once my parents had me, it was all over. I gotta say, man, these rib nuts are pretty awesome. And now we can just install rib nuts in those holes we just drilled. All right, so for whatever reason, I did not record it, but we actually went back and put all of the oil lines and fuel lines back on, and we're not really gonna do too much different than how these were before. For now, we're pretty much gonna do exactly the same as they were before, just to get this put back together. So now I've gotta make a bracket for the fuse box. I've gotta make a bracket for the power steering pump to have a secondary support, and I need to make the radiator support bracket. So I'm about to take some measurements and get to that right now. final product looks like. Saving this file. You can see sort of the outline of where the box sits. Looks kind of like this. All right, now you can see the outline of what the box looks like. So this is gonna be folded here, and it's gonna be kind of shaped like this. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more of a triangle shape, but it's not. So it's gonna be bent like that, and then bent back that way. Then these are like tabs that bend up to cover the back side of where the wires are going to be exposed. And then this bends up and attaches to the car. This bends up and attaches to the car. And then these will have rivnets in them that can bolt this down. Easy money. I literally forgot what I was gonna say. Powder coat. In this video, What? My memory is gone, dude. That's crazy.